Jimmy was a schoolboy when he heard his favorite song. A YMCA, I think it was, and from there it didn't take him long. He started dressing funny, he never once missed PE class. Cause there in the shower, he could check out young buff ass. Don't you know? Jimmy told Mama, hey, Mama, I'm going away. I'm going out to Hollywood, found a movie role that I can play.
Oh, yeah.
Mama came to the door with a teardrop in her eye. She knew when she'd see him again, he'd be banging some young guy. Don't you know? Jimmy is a gay porn superstar. Don't you know? He likes to blow. Jimmy is a gay porn superstar. He's the greatest actor in the land. He really loves the taste of a man. Jimmy found true love he could call his own. They spent their evenings playing a game they called Hide the Bone. Jimmy got sick and started sleeping all the time. But he slept on his belly so he can still take it from behind. Don't you know? Then Jimmy died one night in the arms of his lover Rex. The cause of death, they said, was too much anal sex. No one really missed him. No one really noticed he was gone. Not even Rex cared that much because Jim's tool wasn't that long. Don't you know? Jimmy was a gay porn superstar. Don't you know? He loved to blow.
Got the Marvin back up.
Jimmy was a gay porn superstar. Was the greatest actor in the land. He really loved the taste of a man. Yes, he did. Jimmy was a gay porn superstar. Don't you know? He loved to blow. Jimmy was a gay porn superstar. He was the greatest actor in the land. He really loved the taste of a man.
Big ending.
I can hardly sing that with Marvin. There you go, man. Oh my God.
Don't you know?
Once again, it's time to journey back another year for another exciting adventure with the Hump Ranger.
Tonight's top story, once again, the city was saved by a mysterious hero known simply as Captain Stupendous. Shown here, foiling a bank robbery and rescuing the hostages inside. Captain Stupendous, just like all the previous times before, arrived well before members of our local police force got to the scene.
Turn it off! Hump Ranger, get into my office now!
Yes, Chief, you hollered.
Hump Ranger, I'm sick and tired of this Captain Stupendous making us look like fools. He's beating us to every crime scene, and he's catching every criminal before we do. The media thinks he's a superhero, but I call him a vigilante. I want you to find this lawbreaker and bring him in.
Wow, Pronto, I can't believe the chief said Captain Stupendous is a vigilante. I didn't even know he was French.
Kemoslavi, I think we should look at all the people who have recently moved to town, especially those who have access to information about ongoing crime.
You are absolutely right, Pronto. I'm hungry too. Let's eat.
What?
Hello and welcome to Wong's Chinese Restaurant. I am Wong.
Right.
Wong.
Wong?
White.
White?
Wrong.
Wong?
White.
What?
Wong.
Who's there?
Wong.
Wong who?
White.
Wong who? White?
Wong who? White. Wrong.
Wong who? White? Wrong? What?
Wong who?
Listen up, Charlie Chan. All I know is you are new here, right?
Wong, I mean, yes, I knew here in town, and I welcome you to my new built establishment restaurant. It was a wonderful place to have police here. Please be my guest. Lunch is on the house.
Kemoslavi. Him seem like nice guy.
Let's see, Pronto. New in town, male, willing to support law enforcement, but yet wants us out of the way by making us go to the roof to eat.
What?
Seems to me we might have our Captain Stupendous right here.
Kemoslavi. Captain Stupendous is 6'4" and blonde-haired. Wong looks like Jackie Chan.
Don't be fooled, Pronto. These vigilantes are sneakies. They will do anything to hide their appearances. I bet you couldn't even tell he is French.
What?
I have an idea.
Hump Ranger, what you doing to that old lady?
I'm going to prove once and for all that Wong is Captain Stupendous. Come with me, old lady.
No, please.
Where are you going?
I'm going to the roof with this old lady. I'm going to throw her off the top of the building, and that way Wong will have to turn into Captain Stupendous and save her. Then we can eat while we are up there because he said the meal is on the house.
This not seem like good idea, Hump Ranger.
Just hold on, Pronto. I got it all figured out. Now listen up, Wong. You better come clean and put on your cape and trunks because this old lady is going for a big drop.
Oh, please don't hurt me. I'm a grandmother.
Me not know what you talking about. I just simple restaurant owner.
It's your last chance, Wong. A1, A2, A3. Here you go, lady.
What will happen next? How will the Hump Ranger get out of this one? Tune in next time when you'll hear.
Well, Hump Ranger, now that old lady hit ground and severely injured, are you convinced that Wong is not Captain Stupendous?
Pronto, I knew that Wong was sneaky, but I bet he knew she would live through that fall. Well, Wong, this is your last chance. I'm going to shoot this old bat. I hope you are ready to put on that costume and jump in front of a bullet. A1, A2,
No, please, not again.
A3.
On the adventures of the Hump Ranger.
Good to hear the Hump Ranger.
Hey, kids, what time is it?
The alarm clock screams and there's a cat butt in my face. I don't want to get up, face the human race. I take a shower, I take a pee, I drink some coffee, watch some TV. But nothing seems to keep my eyes open. Nothing seems to get my blood flowing. Called up a friend of mine and asked what lights a fire under your behind. He says he spells relief, R-A-Y-L-Y-T-L-E. Have no fear, the game's all is, so clean out your ears for the morning disaster. They got gas, 10% testes and rock and roll piled up to the rafters. They're really immature and there's no cure, but they'll be your favorite broadcasters. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. I took my friend's advice to heart. I bought myself an FM radio. Now every weekday starts with a visit from the morning disaster show. And now I spell relief, R-A-Y-L-Y-T-L-E. Have no fear, the gang's all here, so clean out your ears for the morning disaster. They got gas and breast and testes and rock and roll piled up to the rafters. They're really immature, but there's no cure, but they'll be your favorite podcasters. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster.
Well. Hello, everybody. Good morning. It is a hump day morning. My name is Ray Lytle. This is Ray Lytle's morning disaster. And that is a TJ to my
Morning, man. That's sad about Nick. His butt and his ass are sick.
Yeah,
I don't
Yeah.
know how it got COVID of the ass, but my God.
Nick is messaging us that he's so sick, and we're wondering if he has COVID. That's
The ass. 'Cause
yeah,
he said
COVID.
specifically, his butt and his ass are sick.
We're wondering if he has COVID of the ass. So it's a true. That's a true wonder. That's something we're very concerned about it. I want to start the show by wishing happy birthday to my mother. Happy Cinco de Milli, everybody. As it's also Cinco de Mayo. Happy birthday to my mom.
Shout out to Milli Vanilli.
I know she's not listening. However, I do want to tell you, I want to start the show today by reminding everyone about the Great Mother's special, the Great Mother's Day special they have going on at Recon Tex.
Oh, yeah.
And we talked about this the other day, but I want you to listen very closely. Listen very close.
Sean will love this.
What Derek says. All right. Listen very close to what he says in the advertisement. All right.
We want to bring to you guys this month for Mother's Day that's coming up. We're going to do any mother that has a full detail scheduled. We're going to do a 3-year windshield coating on your vehicle. We'll throw that in with your regular detail. So when you call the schedule, let us know that you're doing the Mother's Day special. We'll get you all fixed up.
So let's see. What? How the hell did he say that again? Let's listen to that again, shall we? Listen close.
We want to bring to you guys this month for Mother's Day that's coming up. We're going to do any mother that has a full detail scheduled. We're going to do a 3-year windshield coating on your vehicle. We'll throw that. We're going to bring to you guys this month for Mother's Day that's coming up. We're going to do any mother that has a full detail.
They're going to do any mother
with a full detail schedule.
Any mother that has a full detail schedule. They're going to do her. That's what Derek is promising.
We want to bring to you guys this month for Mother's Day that's coming up. We're going to do any mother that has a full detail scheduled. We're going to.
There you go. So make sure you swing by Recon Tex or call
Schedule
67
full detail mothers and get done.
Yeah, get your mother done. Derek, Derek,
if Bill and Melinda aren't safe, I'm sure, dear old mom just, needs help.
And the other day, when we called Joe the other day, he said Derek is the one
who's going to be doing the mothers.
Yeah, Derek's the one that will be doing the mothers. By the way, Steve says, I wonder if all the weight loss has made Nick sick. Yeah, maybe it's all the weight loss. Listen, I'm never sick.
Made Nick sick.
I'm fat as a house. I don't get sick. I wonder if wearing a mask for the last year, because like my daughter is sick right now. She has a sinus and ear infection, all that stuff.
Oh, that's horrible.
And I wonder if, and Nick got it from his kid. His son Oliver is really sick. So I wonder if wearing a mask, meant the first time we got around probably some non-mask wearer.
Yeah.
I wonder if getting in contact with them wasn't, the driving force. I wonder,
Poor Nick with his thick ass.
Yeah. But I look at Belinto. Belinto looks like a secret non-masker.
Yeah. I've seen my better days.
Yeah. Sean.
I've seen better days.
I think Sean figures that if he doesn't wear the mask, then people won't get as close, so he's good to go.
Yeah. I bet Sean.
I'm an allergy kind of, hay fever kind of guy, and I think some of that is cut back on that for me. Because I'll tell you.
You think wearing the mask is somehow keeping you from getting hay fever?
I think it cuts back on some things. Yeah. I mean, look at what happened to the flu. Where'd it go?
Yeah, that's true. I saw a thing about flu numbers. Basically plummeting.
Yeah.
And I think the reason is because we're so worried about washing our hands, and we're so aware of good hygiene and wearing a mask and stuff.
And those illnesses are very catty, like like I saw the flu the other day talking. Oh yeah, I looked at COVID. I think she's had work done. I mean, very, very backstabbing the illness community.
Right. You think that they think less of it because
the flu's kind of like the girl, gravity hits and she's feeling older and hates on younger, younger women / illnesses. It's brutal.
Like you're probably right.
On that COVID.
Yeah.
Who the hell does that bitch think she is?
I think COVID's sleeping with a common cold.
Yeah.
That COVID must be sleeping with one of them rat virus bites.
That COVID is fucking cancer. Thinks she's tough. That COVID just because she had an affair with liver disease.
Yeah, but think about it. I mean, you get the flu from other people who are dirty, from dirty people, and you're not around as many dirty people.
It's still my favorite when you say filthy and dirty back to back.
from filthy, dirty people.
Yes, those filthy, dirty.
Fat 420 says, I have a Republican friend who thinks the government is disguising the flu as COVID so they can get more money for the hospitals, which is that's the dumbest thing. That might be the dumbest thing I've heard in months.
Yeah.
So they're disguising the flu as COVID so they can get more money for the hospitals. Who the hell gives the money? Where do they think they get the money from?
Yeah.
I mean, this is just ridiculous.
That's what the nuclear arsenal is. It's just a bunch of disguised grenades that we're going to lob at Russia.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
The government's trying to get more money. No, the government can decide who they want to give money to. They don't need to trick anybody into it. They make the decision. For God's sake, stop being stupid. Yeah. What a way. Yeah, so sickness is now something that is popping back, up. A lot of people starting to get ill again. Oh well. I wish happy birthday to my mother. Also, I want to wish happy birthday to my Pete. Pete, his birthday is right around my mother's. I don't know what his birthday is, but his birthday is right around every year my mother's birthday. So happy birthday, Pete. I know it's
I think it was yesterday.
Oh, was it yesterday?
I believe so.
Yeah. Charles says, my brother, he says, hey, I remember when you're in Springfield, your brother worked for me. Also, the pranks Shaner pulled on you. Oh, Pete's birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Pete. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, no, I still live in Springfield, Charles. Unless you're talking to Sean. Sean, he does not. They kicked him out.
It depends where my van is parked.
They kicked him out. Too many DUIs. They made him. They made him leave.
Sangamon, whatever the river of choice is.
I still live here. Sean's down near St. Louis.
Yeah, I'm like in limbo.
He's down.
I'm a.
He's down in. It's Illinois, but it's closer.
I'm a transient.
Yeah.
A vagrant.
Oh, well. Good old Shawnee. Oh well, I wanted to I want to try to call my mother and wish her happy birthday.
Is she still up in Chicago?
Yeah, she's in Chicago. She's staying at my my uncle's house. Because you know my uncle. My uncle's like, damn the pandemic. I've got to take my vacation. By the way, I think he took his vacation last year too.
Think so?
Yeah. He's never going to let anything like a pandemic get in the way of his vacations. Me, I haven't been on vacation since 2015 or 16.
The last time you went on vacation, you tried to talk your wife into letting you take Marvin.
Yeah, that was the 2015 one. I think that was the last vacation.
Yeah.
And then, you know, my wife every year for our entire, you know, marriage, she has gone to Texas to see her parents, and then now since her father died, just her mother. But
right.
That has been every year. But she hasn't been to Texas in
She
a while.
told me the other day it's been 2 years now, and it's been because of the pandemic.
Yeah. Yeah. And she likes to go, you know, she wants to see her mother.
Right.
So as soon as it, you know, as soon as it gets clear enough, I think she wants to go down there. You know, I would think.
Yeah. I'm relatively certain.
Yeah. Oh well. But that doesn't stop my uncle Steve. He goes on vacation no matter what. So
I still think when your wife said no to Marvin going on vacation, that was the single most polite fuck no I've ever heard in my life. It really was.
I know. Yeah, I would have taken him.
Well, yeah.
But he would have. I wasn't serious though, you know.
Oh God!
There's no way that she would have. There's no way. Where would he have slept?
Tried to sell it though.
Yeah, I sold it great, but where would he have slept? Think about it. All right, I'm gonna call my mother and see if she answers the phone. We'll see if she answers. I don't even know if she's, you know, where she's sleeping in my uncle's house. He has
as good as mine.
He has a gigantic house.
Yeah.
Hi. Thanks for calling.
I try. You heard it. I tried.
Yes, you did.
I attempted to call.
You gave it a shot.
Yep.
Do a 3-year windshield coating on your vehicle.
Speaking of mothers,
we'll throw that in with your regular details. So when you call us, we want to bring you guys this month for Mother's Day that's coming up. We're going to do any mother that has a full detail scheduled. We're going
to do any mother that has a full detail scheduled.
You better save that for when Derek gets back and play it for him. Hey, Derek, did you catch this?
Every mother out there, Derek's willing to. That's 670-1132. Get a full detail scheduled for your mothers.
That way, Derek's
my
mother.
That's gonna be my mother's gift.
What do you mean? I'm gonna get a detail?
Yeah, Ma, you got a detail scheduled. Oh, and there's a special tip. There's a special tip with the detail that you'll get.
Oh, those boys were very pleasant.
Derek comes out.
By the way, it's also Cinco de Mayo.
Yes, it is.
Do you know what Cinco de Mayo is?
May the 5th.
Yeah, but do you know why it's a celebration?
I've heard a bunch of different reasons. Something about the Mexican Independence Day, if I remember correctly.
No, it's not. It's not that. It's not Mexican Independence Day. No, I can tell you because I had a grandfather from Mexico. Trust me, I know exactly what it's about.
Good day to party.
It is not that's what it's become. It's really not a big day. In Mexico, it's not as big a day as it is in the United States.
Right.
We make a big deal of it. We make a big deal of it here as an excuse to party. But it was created because of the Mexicans won a battle against the French in Pueblo. Right. It was right around the time of the Civil War, right? 1860 something. It is not my grandfather. It is not Mexican Independence Day. I've heard that growing up. Trust me. And how it's insulting. It's insulting for people to think it's Mexican Independence Day. But I have no idea when actual Mexican. By the way, I have no idea when it was actually Mexican Independence Day, because Mexico has been taken over by so many times. I don't even know which Independence Day is celebrated. It's based on the Battle of Pueblo, which is a big battle against the French. And some people from California, around the borders with it, they started drinking on that day. And then it just it spread. And so that's why it's began. And it spread for a bunch of Americans drinking margaritas and eating Mexican food. And of course, a bunch of Mexicans were selling them the margaritas and Mexican food. So they learned to really like it. Now it's just a party for everybody. It's kind of like St. Patrick's Day, as in, everybody drinks. And there's one, ethnicity or one nationality that's sort of associated with it. That's what Cinco de Mayo is. So it's, it's not a major day in Mexico. It's not a major day. It's just a, it was just the winning of a battle. That's all it is. And that's the day they picked to create, a day of drinking. Which at least they do have something for Mexicans, Steve says he's never had a margarita. Margarita's good, Steve. You should have one.
Oh, yeah.
A margarita's tasty. Yeah. In March, Pete says, we were all Mexican. We were all Irish in March. Today, we're all Mexican. Yeah, that's what it is. It's kind of like, that's what I mean. St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day is a day of drinking where we sort of celebrate the Irish. St. Patrick's Day, or Cinco de Mayo, is a day of drinking where we all sort of celebrate the Mexicans. But it is wrong that most people think it's Mexican Independence Day. It is not. And my grandfather, when he was alive, he made a point of pointing that out to me. It is not the Mexican Independence Day. He would be very angry about it. I have no idea why, but he would somehow offended him.
With an $80 bill at Denny's.
Yeah. It offended him that people thought it was Mexican Independence Day. It was not. So I just want to point that out. I don't know if I'm solving any problems, but I want to point out what my grandfather told me. So there you go. And I feel like I have successfully done it. Let's see. I tried to call my Cinco de Mayo. I just did that. I tried to call my mother.
All right.
Sean popped on for 2 minutes and then left immediately. I guess I could get to some different stories now, right?
Yeah, we can have a little fun with that.
All right. And by the way, where are you, TJ?
I am right outside Joplin, Missouri.
So you're just leaving. You left what early this morning?
I got rolling early this morning. Yeah, I'll be in Oklahoma in about another 30 minutes or so.
Did you picked up yesterday? You picked up your load?
Yep.
From Quincy, and now you're heading to Texas.
Which that turned into a whole disaster when I got over there.
What do you mean?
Well, I got there and they're like, "Oh, your load's been canceled." Like, what? Really? Come on. So I had to sit there for an hour while we figured everything out. I got us a little extra money out of it, and then, oh well, here, take this one instead.
So they canceled your load?
Right. And then they had another one that was supposed to go later in the week. They just bumped it up so I could take it right then and there. And because I showed up and nobody let us know it was canceled, we got a fee for me going over there in the first place.
So do you have? Are you still taking it to the same place?
Yeah. I was like, if you knew this was going to happen or there was a possibility, why not give us both numbers?
Right.
Yeah. No, I had to burn 2 hours sitting there waiting on everybody to make decisions.
I'll be damned.
Like, I could have been loaded and out of there and halfway to Texas by now. You guys suck.
So you are still heading to Texas. You still have a full load.
Yep. The positive side is I got a little more money out of the deal.
And you went half a day later. So you'll be
Yeah.
okay. You could still be back by the end of the week.
That's
right?
the plan.
You're just going to be a little more tired.
Yep. But at least my ass won't be sick.
Yeah. Unlike poor Nick.
Yep.
Nick and his poor ass. Poor Nick. I feel for him. Steve says it's the weight loss that's that the weight loss is what made him more susceptible to the illness. It could be it. It could be something. You might be onto something, Steve.
Yeah. Wonder what Steve Cooper thinks.
You might be on. Of course, Nick did say he went to COVID Central last week. Remember? He said he had to go to Jacksonville and do a bunch of stuff.
It was all over COVIDville last week.
Yeah. That's like Nicky's another one.
Yep.
Good old Nicky.
We know Rocky stays pretty well hidden in his house, other than going to see his mom, so he's safe.
Yeah, he's smart. He knows to wear his mask and be safe and stuff.
Right.
But I know Nicky goes out and eats without a mask and, like
hangs out with her swinger friends.
I'm fully vaccinated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I still wear a mask when I work out. I go to work out. I got my mask. Sometimes I got to be honest. Sometimes I'm on the machine, and if nobody's around me, I'll pull the mask down. I'll do or at least I uncover my nose. If people are socially distanced from me. And I know that I'd probably be okay without it, but still, I don't want to risk it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I hear people who are vaccinated are still catching COVID.
They're just not dying from it.
They're just not dying from it. But I don't want to go through, I don't want to go through whatever. And I got to be honest, I'm wondering now if, even when it's done, if I don't wear a mask occasionally. Just because there's so many filthy, dirty people out there. And you know what I mean? I don't want to be them spreading stuff to me. I'm very paranoid about that. I'm very aware of germs now.
Yeah.
Where I wasn't as aware of them, in the past.
So if somebody sneezes near you, you're breaking out the hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
they're 6 feet away and sneeze, and you're, oh no, I got to sterilize.
Yeah.
I saw cancer coming out of your bag.
I'm very I'm more aware of these things, you know. I'm just saying that there were times in the past where I didn't take notice of stuff. Now I know.
Yeah.
If one of you people get me sick, I'm gonna know. Like if I get sick, I'm gonna be like, oh, you know, I was around that one. I could tell that person was dirty.
That son of a bitch.
I ran into them. I'm telling you. You know what I'm talking about. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
We're gonna be more aware. We're going to be more aware of when, you know, people get us ill. So unless you've got to wash yourself and take your hygiene serious.
I'll tell you, I mean, the biggest.
This pandemic has made us more aware. It has made us more aware of our surroundings, you know? People, you know, they know what they could be responsible for. That's what I'm saying. So you don't want to be the one that gets everybody else sick, you know. We got to get more people totally vaccinated. I saw a thing about herd immunity yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah. We need 80% of this country vaccinated.
Where are we at?
We're at 30%.
Long way to go.
There's too many people. Too many people are afraid of being vaccinated. They're just afraid of it. And they won't get vaccinated. I mean, what the hell is that?
There's a lot of people that are that way. I don't get it now.
It's not like when we were a kid. Let me ask you, did you have a choice whether you were vaccinated against polio?
Oh, hell no.
No. We just went when I was a kid, there wasn't a choice. We went through a line in the gymnasium and they had they looked like guns.
Yeah.
They just put it in our arms and we were vaccinated. What?
That was it.
Yeah.
I didn't have a choice in the military either.
Yeah, when you went in the military, they just they vaccinated you. I imagine they got you for all kinds of different illnesses going to the Middle East.
Smallpox, anthrax, dengue fever.
Yeah.
God, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. So they're saying that we're not going to hit 80% because, you know, we're not going to have enough. So now they're trying to include some younger people now, so to sort of raise the numbers, but we're still not going to get to 80%. I mean, we're 330 million people. That means we need what? Over 300 million people vaccinated? We're not going to get to 300 million people.
Yeah.
They've given shots to a bunch of people. And this is frightening. The amount of people that got their first shot and never went back for the second. I mean, what the hell? What was that?
Better than nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's better than nothing, but still, they need to get the second shot too.
But then you got a bunch of people that are Hillbilly Joes.
Yeah, we know Hillbilly Joe.
Yeah, he swore he's not going to get it done. Why?
Hillbilly Joe said that his doctor told him he would die.
That's he would die. That is flat bullshit.
Of course it was total bullshit.
Your buddy that is at the liquor store that sold you your next fucking 12-pack, the third one that day, is not your goddamn doctor.
Joe said that his doctor, it was his doctor, told him that he would die if he took the vaccine.
I didn't know doctors practiced at convenience stores.
That's what.
Who's your doctor? Billy Bob.
Joe said his doctor promised him he would die if he took the vaccine.
The person I thought out of everybody that would have been like, no, I'm not getting it, was one of the first people in line, and that was Marvin.
Yeah. No, Marvin got his shots. Well, people Marvin's age did not mess around.
No.
They went and got their shots. You know? But Joe's only in his 40s.
I'm in my 40s. I'm fully vaccinated.
Well, Joe's in his 40s and a bullshitter. Let me call him again. I want to call him again to clarify why he didn't get it.
Don't see right.
I just want to clarify. Oh, Nikki's in.
Hi, Nikki.
Hello.
Hi, Nikki. Nikki, I'm trying to call Joe if he'll answer.
Yes.
Joe.
Yes.
Hey, it's Ray.
I know who it is.
And Nikki.
I have a caller ID, so I know who it is.
And TJ. Hey, I want to call about the, have you been vaccinated yet?
Got my first one.
Oh, so you did get vaccinated. You are getting vaccinated.
Yeah.
I thought you said that your doctor told you you would die.
Right. No, I didn't say that I would die. See, that's what's funny about you guys. You put words in my mouth and you don't listen.
No. What you told us, TJ, what did he tell us? Let me make sure.
I said my doctor said
right
that the vaccine at the time was not perfect to not get it. Look what happened. Johnson & Johnson's vaccine was taken off.
No, Johnson & Johnson vaccine was not taken off. They
yes, it was.
No, they halted it for 5 days, and then they looked at this.
They still cannot get that Johnson & Johnson to this day.
It was
so. I'm sorry to inform you on that.
No, it was
you can call anywhere that gives them. I guarantee you, they don't get Johnson & Johnson.
It was 6 women who had blood clot issues, and there's.
Well, I don't give two rats ass about them women that they did. Hell, I wouldn't care if they puked up a cow's lung.
When did you get your Moderna?
What was that? I think a little over a week ago.
And when do you get your second shot?
In a month.
Where did you get it?
My doctor's.
So your doctor actually gave you the Moderna?
No, not my doctor, but I call it a clinic inside the doctor's office.
Right. They gave you the shot.
Me and my wife.
Look at that. Well, I was going to call and make fun of you some more for not getting it, but now it seems like...
killed that one.
Yeah, it seems like either enough people have made fun of you to where you figured out to fake it.
Well, let's just put it this way. The only reason why we both got it is I'm not going to say on air because it's nobody's fucking business why, but it's actually going to help me and my wife on a legal standpoint.
Oh, so legally someone forced you to get it? Or legally,
No.
someone has.
Well, hell no. Ray, come on. You know me better than that.
I'm just saying that
You've known me for over 20 years. I don't give two rats' ass what the law says or what they try to make me do. I won't. If I don't want to do it, I won't do it.
Wait, you said that legally you had to get it.
Like I said, I can't say exactly what the situation is until after next month.
So someone's forcing you to get it.
No one's forcing shit. Ain't nobody big enough in the United States of America to force me to do anything, and you know that.
I'm just trying to figure out who's forcing you. That's why.
No one's forcing. Come next month after court, maybe if the wife says go ahead, I will call in and let you know why we got them.
Was there some kind of paternity issue? Was there some kind of parental issue with the baby or something?
Let's just say it involves the baby, yes.
I'm right on it.
But no paternity deals, nothing like that.
I'm right.
And everything.
I'm right.
That's already been taken care of.
So someone said.
No one said we had to get them. It was our constitutional rights to not get any shots that we do not feel comfortable with. We did it by ourselves from about 2 weeks worth of talking.
Someone said, "Well, why should custody go to those people? They don't even have vaccines." And you said, "All right, well, we're just going to take that away and get the vaccine."
No, like I said, I'm not commenting on anything that does with my wife and her legal matters and her son until maybe as soon as next month.
All right. But you are half vaccinated now.
Yes.
Congratulations.
And I've got the card to prove it.
And you're just like Mickey. You have a Moderna flowing through your
I think
vein.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's some damn shot.
Congratulations.
And
Nicky.
no, I did not have no side effects.
Yeah.
Minus when I got an itch and scratched it and about ripped my arm off.
I didn't.
The old lady, she just had a headache. That was it.
Yeah, I had no side effects either. Well, Joe, that makes me happy. I'm glad you got your first shot. Congratulations.
Well, like I said, I got that, and then I'm just waiting for a package to come in today. That way I can breathe better.
By the way, TJ got the Johnson & Johnson. And he's...
Well, I really wouldn't give a rat's ass if he jumped off a bridge into a full of sharks. I don't care about anybody.
Yeah, but I'm saying
you ought to know that.
He got Johnson & Johnson. He was fine.
I said, well, then he could be fine. I don't give a rat's ass. I don't pay his bills. I'm not sitting there screwing him, so I don't give two rat's ass about him.
All right. Well, it's a pleasure to talk to you, my friend.
Well,
I'm glad you're getting there.
You know my number. You know where I live at. Oh, and by the way, just to let you know now.
Yeah.
I will let this slip. We do have a car now.
Who drives it?
We both do.
Oh, you have a license?
No, I lost my license 14 billion years ago. Yes, I have a license. I've always had a license.
I thought the police took it away from you for some reason. I don't know.
No.
Oh. Shows what I know.
The only time when my license got taken away, which was about 30 years ago for no insurance, and I had that dropped because it was not a law at that time. And there's a couple more tickets with that, but I'm not mentioning those. So they took it until I paid the fine.
Look at that. Congratulations. Congratulations, my friend. I'm glad to hear that.
And everything. So, well, let me take this back. It's actually my wife's car.
Right.
She did it all herself.
Look at that. Who knows? This wife might be good for you.
Well, this wife is a hell of a lot better than both my other two wives. That's all I can say.
Yeah. And she's younger and
she's younger and full of cum. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, good Lord. She's young, dumb, and full of water. Oh, I bet.
Yeah, I wish she was full of water. She don't even drink water half
I
the
bet
time.
the swinging is hot though with her. What do
Who
you
knows?
What do you think, Nikki?
And to be honest with you, she is the one that wanted to get in that lifestyle, not me. I try to talk her out of it before any other people wants to run their mouths and saying I'm forcing her to do it.
I'm just saying, you probably enjoy it.
Actually, I don't be involved in it.
What?
Yeah, I don't get involved in it. I said I did not want to do it, and that's exactly what I meant. I'm not involved in it.
But you just let her. I thought you liked to watch when guys did your wife. You know.
I used to.
Well, I don't know how all that works. I thought that you watched it. I don't know how.
I used to. I also used to sit there and videotape it and take pictures.
Yeah, and cheer them on, right?
No, I never cheered them on. I never said, "Oh, fuck her harder, come on, stick it in her ass," shit, come in her ear.
I don't know.
Come on, seriously. You act like I'm a cheerleader.
No, I don't know. I certainly have never been around you when your wife is having sex with someone else. I'm just, I haven't spent a lot of time with it, but in my mind, you were more of an active participant.
Nope. I only played in that lifestyle, let's see, 3 times out of all the times that I've been in that lifestyle.
That's when you joined in, only 3 times.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'll let you go. Let me let you go.
All right. Yeah. Cause I'm waiting for a package and I'm waiting for a drop off. So.
All right. It's good to talk to you, Joe.
All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Oh, 2 words for you. Who fucking rock?
There you go.
How's that 2 words? And then somebody's dropping a package in his back door.
I
Hey,
don't
good for
know.
him.
And congratulations, Nikki.
For what?
Nikki came onto the show.
Just in time for Joe.
Just in time to hear.
I don't even have to see her face and she's ready to strangle you, I can tell.
Just in time to hear that. That's when she comes onto the show.
Glad I got up early.
Oh my God. Oh God damn. So you got up for us?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I meant to be up at 8, but I fell back to sleep.
Well, it makes me happy that you're here.
Allergies are kicking my ass.
You sure it's not COVID?
I'm sure it's not COVID.
Oh.
It is weird.
What is?
When you're fully vaccinated, you think that,
That you can't get anything.
Yeah, and then there are people that are fully vaccinated that are getting COVID.
Yeah. But the pollen count's been really high for trees, and I'm allergic.
Right.
That's why I sound like a truck driver.
It's been pretty crazy.
Named
this year.
TJ.
You sound like TJ the truck driver.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. Good old Nikki.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Did you find a house yet?
No. We're still looking.
I'm still looking for you.
We still haven't found any.
It's
everything's
the
for sale.
2-bathroom part. I can find 3 bedrooms all over the place. Finding the 2-bathroom is what the problem is.
Yeah.
Yep.
I gotta be honest. I'm still looking. But my wife has been very, very disrespectful.
Oh no.
To me during this search. She always acts like whenever I give a suggestion or find a place, she's very biting. Well, that place is not big enough. Well, that place is too dirty. That place is in a trailer. Do you want to live in a trailer? You can't even walk it. You can't even walk up the stairs. You know, she's very negative to me.
That's why I'm staying out of it.
No matter what I find. Like TJ gets involved and sent her some home in Pawnee or something. She yells at me about it.
But you said
I have made it very clear we need two. I've made it very clear we need 2 bathrooms. You're the reason we need 2 bathrooms. But your friends keep sending me 1 bathroom. What do they think we are? Blah 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 blah. Oh my god. So somehow I'm to blame for that. So thanks, TJ.
I have not looked for you a place in over 2 months, and I'm not getting involved.
Yeah. Thanks for that, TJ.
Not doing it. You
very
on
nice
your
of you.
own.
Very nice of you.
I mean, just like when you told me I'm gonna try to talk her into a mobile home, I was like, yeah, good luck with that one.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yep, pretty much.
I think if I can find a mobile home that has a jacuzzi in it, it will.
No.
That's easy to find, but that's not going to happen. She's not going to move into one.
I think if it has a jacuzzi, I might.
I don't think so. Maybe you might, but she's not.
She'll be like, you can live there.
I did find a 2-person outhouse.
Oh, I love that.
And buy, sell, trade. It's an old timey outhouse. It's got 2 holes in the bottom.
I mean, who in the hell?
That's a 2-bathroom.
Who in the hell would? What is wrong with these people? Why would someone even make that?
What if we already figured it out? You're getting the porta pot.
Yeah, I just don't even know. I don't even know. Did you guys celebrate Star Wars Day yesterday?
I posted a bunch of memes. That's about it.
May the 4th be with you.
Isn't today Cinco de Mayo?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Do you know what Cinco de Mayo is?
The 5th of May.
I talked about this earlier. Do you know why? What it celebrates?
Day of the Dead.
No, it's not Day of the Dead.
What is it?
No. You don't know what it is?
It's the 5th of May.
Yeah, but there's a reason that they started it.
Is it where they go to the graveyards?
No.
What day is that?
I think
Is
that's
that
somewhere
Day of
near.
the Dead?
I think that's somewhere near Halloween.
But isn't that called Day of the Dead where they go visit their...
Yeah, they have a date, but I don't know. We didn't celebrate that, you know. Yeah.
Some kind of war thing?
Yeah.
Independence Day?
It's not Independence Day.
Is it a war thing?
Yes, it was the Battle of Pueblo when the Mexicans beat
I've been there.
the French
I've been there.
in the 1800s. That's what started it. Yeah.
It's a beautiful place. And the volcano was going off, so every morning they had to sweep the sidewalks because there's ash everywhere.
Look at that.
It was our first stop when we got there. We drove it seemed like 6 hours from Mexico City to get there.
Yeah, I would not drive in Mexico.
We drove everywhere.
Yeah, I would not.
And some of those places that we drove, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
We went to little towns that had dirt roads.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so cool. I loved it.
I mean, I have relatives in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
They live in Mexico City, and they also live in over near Puerto Vallarta, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, I mean, they live they live in actual towns or actual cities, you know.
Right. Wait, what would I like? We would drive and we'd be like 2 hours away from civilization, and there'd be a guy walking down the street.
Yeah.
Like, where did he come from?
I mean, I don't know what people think that all Mexico is like. People think all Mexico is like dirt roads and country.
No, but when I was way down in there, it is.
Yeah, there are places like that, but Mexico is, you know, Mexico City's 9 million people. I mean, it's huge.
And you can drive through it for like 4 hours and still not be to the other
Mexico
side.
City is gigantic. It's one of the biggest cities in the world.
I think it is. When I was there, I think it was.
Yeah, it's gigantic.
And flying into it at dawn, where the lights are still on and everything, it's so beautiful.
I mean, Mexico City is very modern, very nice, very popular.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, people think, you know, they just assume it's a bunch of people living in dirt huts.
No.
Yeah. So
But
there
the
are
places
big
that I did go that were like that. Were just
there are
beautiful.
big cities. There are big cities in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
It's not all a bunch of people wearing, you know,
sombreros,
wearing sombreros and you know, blankets.
singing mariachi music.
Yeah, no, that's not how it is. So
I think we went through 7 different ecosystems.
yeah, it's crazy.
It is.
Yeah, Mexico's a big country with a shitload of people in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well.
I love Puerto Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta is nice.
I went to Acapulco. I did not like that.
You didn't like Acapulco?
I liked the rural, like Tosco, where the silver's at.
Yeah.
I liked Oaxaca. I just like those there. And it was just too commercialized for me.
Yeah.
Acapulco was. I mean, don't get me wrong, I had a good time there, but I just wish those 3 days were spent somewhere else.
It's just a big party. It's
A
just
bunch of
big,
people I went with went to Senior Frogs.
Yeah.
Is that right?
If you come to the United States though, and there's a difference in visiting Springfield, Illinois,
Mm-hmm.
and visiting New York City.
Mm-hmm.
Or LA.
Yeah, or Los Angeles or Chicago even.
Right.
There's a difference. So it just depends on where you go.
Yeah.
If you go down to Mexico City, you're just going to think you went to some giant city and with millions of people living in it, and you know.
Yeah. And we were there like 2 days before the Pope was coming. And we went to the place where he was going, and they had security everywhere.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Look at you.
And then we got to see his plane land at the airport when we were leaving.
You didn't see the Pope, but you saw his plane land.
Yes, the Pope plane.
Oh boy.
Pope Force One.
Mm-hmm. The Pope mobile.
It's not called Pope Force One.
And I took my camera out to take a picture, and they don't like that. Security did not like that. Taking a picture of the plane.
We don't want you taking a picture of Pope Force One.
Nope. They were trying to take my camera, and I was like, "Oh no!"
Look at that. There's Nikki's memory. This has been Nikki's Memories of Mexico.
No, I've got lots of memories in Mexico.
No, but my grandfather was from San Luis, which is a smaller town, and he lived on a ranch.
Yeah.
It's, you know, very different from Mexico City and, the population and city and big buildings and all that stuff. It just depends on which part of the country you're in. So
I spent most of my time in rural Mexico.
Oh, okay. Well, we're all
down in the Horn. We're down by Chiapas.
I'm saying it's sort of like the United States. Depending on where you go, you see different things.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, well, I have some audio I wanted to play today.
Other than Derek talking about doing mothers?
This is from a guy in New York. He's a sperm donor.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Who has fathered 78 children.
Why? Why?
This guy admits he can't say no.
Does it spread by word of mouth or something? How does he?
This guy is a sperm donor.
A serial sperm donor.
They call him the Sperminator.
Oh, God.
Because he has fathered so many children. He's 44 years old. And as of right now, he has 13 more children on the way.
That's a lot of jacking off.
He claims that he's even fathered dozens of he's even fathered children the old-fashioned way, where he's got women who came to him and asked him to have sex with them, just so he can
he's potent
father their children.
I wouldn't want that child support bill.
He's also donated sperm.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have some audio from him.
A lot of the women are just in the U.S. Sometimes they're abroad. I went to Africa twice last month to try and meet women to help them conceive. The month before that, I was in Barbados and then Georgia, the country, not the state. Well, of the 13 women that are currently pregnant, I gave it to them all in a cup, and then they just put it in themselves. Sometimes we end up using a clinic if they're older. Around a dozen of my children were conceived the old-fashioned way. I never charged any of the women for helping them grow their families. Of course, I do get paid with lots of hugs and kisses and a lifetime of appreciation.
There you go.
Sounds a lot like Nick.
Does that sound like he's a good guy?
Sounds like he's a perv.
Or does it sound creepy?
What was that comment that he made that they'll go to a clinic if they're older?
Listen close.
Yeah.
Listen close. I want you to determine whether he sounds like a good guy or whether he sounds creepy.
Listen
A lot
for
of
that.
the women are just in the U.S. Sometimes they're abroad. I went to Africa twice last month to try and meet women to help them conceive. The month before that, I was in Barbados and then Georgia, the country, not the state. Well, of the 13 women that are currently pregnant, I gave it to them all in a cup, and then they just put it in themselves. Sometimes we end up using a clinic if they're older. Around a dozen of my children were conceived the old-fashioned way. I never charged any of the women for helping them grow their families. Of course, I do get paid with lots of hugs and kisses and a lifetime of appreciation.
Yeah.
Mm.
Nice guy or
creepy.
Creepy.
So you guys say he sounds creepy.
Yeah. Who does he think he is? Attila the Hun?
Flying around and conceiving children. What the hell? Weirdo.
He has to travel outside the U.S. to find women to impregnate.
I was asked for some sperm once. And
I'm not taking out the 10-foot pole.
No, no, they wanted it. They wanted it for having a child purposes, and they didn't want it the old-fashioned way. You know what I mean? They wanted,
clinical.
Yeah.
We all know you were asked for sperm once. I mean, after all, you do have a daughter.
Well, no, that was intentional. My wife and I were trying to have a child. That was, I'm saying this was late 90s. there was I told this story before. Did I tell this before?
No.
Oh, I thought I had told this. No, there was a nice lesbian couple. A young lesbian couple. They wanted to have a child, and they wanted a child with dark skin and that could sing. And so they asked
singing
me.
ability really something that is passed down through your genes?
Yeah, yeah, I guess, yeah. No, I think it is, yeah. Although my mother and father, I don't think either one of them could sing, you know. I don't think either one of them have it, yeah. I got it. My mom has I think she's got a pretty voice. My father had no voice at all. And he's, you know, he grunts. So yeah, but I think it's passed down. Although I'm not sure where I got it, you know. I'm convinced my mom, she must have hooked up with somebody else.
What?
Oh, no.
You're going to get a phone call from your mother.
Yeah, I know. I always do this just to, you know. But I once had a conversation with her, you know, touching on this, and she was adamant. She said, no. She goes, your father is your father, unfortunately. I'm like, crap. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that maybe, you know, maybe it was somebody else. No, but I had somebody ask me. This is late 90s. You were trying to get evidence? No, this was before I had my daughter. This is before my wife and I were even pregnant, you know. Somebody had asked me. And I, you know, I thought about it for a little bit. And eventually I just said, no, I can't do that, you know. I said, I can't do that. And they promised, they said, no, the baby won't even know. And I said, you know, I don't know if, I just don't know if I had it in me to do that, you know, to have a child around that I knew about and not be involved.
Try,
you know what I mean?
3 of them or whatever.
Yeah, I know. But I don't think I could do that. I think I'd have to be involved. I don't think I could just donate sperm. And now I'm sure nobody wants it, you know.
It's old now.
Nobody's gonna want this sperm. I mean,
why does raised sperm look like oatmeal?
Yeah. Why?
Ew.
I don't know why anyone would want it.
TJ.
But I'm saying this is like in my 20s. So they asked. And I did think about it. And eventually I said no. I said, listen, I just I don't think I could be not involved. And I certainly don't think my wife would be happy with me having, you know, this is before we even had a child. I don't think my wife would be happy with me having a child, you know, that she had nothing to do with. So it was around 98. Yeah. It was around 98 or so. So.
Like 25 years ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago. It was back when I was, but you know, that's when I had my fame.
Mm-hmm.
There's certainly no one now watching the internet show of the unemployed guy going, "Oh, that's who I want to have his sperm. I want to make a baby with his sperm."
Mm-hmm.
By the way, now I'm like, fuck it, you can have it, you know.
I think your wife has a say so in it.
Yeah, but I'm sure she doesn't care. But now I'm just like, dear, take it. And no one would want it, you know.
Well, I mean,
who
the
the hell?
sperm bank was called. They did give Marvin the criteria. You might fit in there to make some money off of it.
I thought they said you only wanted people under 40 or something, right? When Marvin
Yeah,
called?
I thought they said that too.
Yeah.
I'd have to go back and listen to it. I've got it mastered.
They certainly didn't want people as old as me. They didn't want people in their 50s squirting any out. I'll tell you that. But this was back in the time. I guess this is back at the time when my sperm meant something. My sperm was at the top of its game in my 20s. Certainly, certainly wasn't now, where the value of my sperm has sunken.
Your sperm is
deeply
depreciated.
Yeah, it is deeply sunk.
You got a bunch of floaters.
Yeah. Like back then to get the sperm out,
Oh God, do we have to talk about this
I'm
anymore?
just saying it didn't take too much. Now,
Free milk shoot.
now I'm going to need someone else's hand. It's like, I'm sorry, but both you ladies are going to have to help and talk dirty while it's being done.
Nikki is very mortified right now.
I'm just saying. But I certainly wouldn't be so, I'd be more giving of my sperm now than I would have been, in my 20s. I would be more giving now, is what I'm saying.
Now you'd be okay with spreading your seed.
I wouldn't be so selfish with my sperm as I was in my 20s. And now I also, like back then, like I said, I couldn't have kids that I had nothing to do with, Now I could.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it'd be okay now.
Yeah. I'm so old now, it's like, well, I don't want to get in some kid's life, Because, because I'll be dead by the time the kid, it'd be better off if they didn't know who I was,
What are you eating?
An orange.
With a napkin.
Yeah.
Oh, it's juicy.
Yeah. Well, my wife's yelling at me now she says I lick my fingers too much and I'm disgusting and I'm devolving.
Aww.
Uh-huh. So I have a napkin. I have a napkin to clean the juice off my fingers. Hello, good morning.
Dad. Are you my dad?
I'm sorry.
Mommy said that my daddy was a sperm donor. Were you my daddy?
No.
Oh.
I've never donated. I said I would. I would now. You know.
So I like your bitch. Never mind.
Yeah. If you're calling
Yeah,
asking for
somebody asking for back child support.
Yeah. Yep. I'm just I would be more giving of my sperm now. But I don't know who'd want it, you know. I think there's an age limit on when you have kids too, right? You know. Certainly. I'm certainly too old for kids. Are people having kids in their 50s?
50s.
Yeah.
I know a guy who conceived his girlfriend at 72.
Jeez.
Tony Randall?
How old was she?
She was in her 30s.
Oh, well, she's in her 30s, that's fine.
But yeah, he was 72. They had a newborn. I'm like, wow. Forget that.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Unless he had lots of money. Like million billionaire.
Somebody had to have money. Who's going to pay for, you know what I mean? Who's going to pay for that? Yeah. No, I'm happy with one child, but you know, I don't understand anybody who's having kids in there. What's the oldest a woman could have a baby, Nikki?
Late 40s, early 50s.
I'll tell you, my wife reminds me all the time she's still fertile.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's still fertile. She can still, you know, get pregnant. I keep waiting for you know, for her to be, you know,
menopause.
Too old. Yeah, but with her love of air conditioning,
what does that have to do with anything?
I thought maybe she's having hot flashes, but no, she's had this since her 20s, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. By the way, Corey's saying that his grandmother was 48 and her grandfather was 52 when his mom was born. Holy crap.
My dad was 45, my mom was 42.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know, how old were you when they died?
30 for my mom and 36 for my dad.
Yeah. Well, so
it's still too young.
Yeah. Like I'm in my 50s and I'm very happy that my mother is still alive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's nice that she's still alive and part of my life, and you know.
Right.
I think that's wonderful, and she's part of my daughter's life. I think that's wonderful.
Right.
You know. And it's because she had me in her 20s.
Yeah.
If she would have had me in, you know, in her 40s, you know.
Well, it's not like I was planned.
No, I'm saying, yeah, obviously. It was an accident. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I wouldn't want to do that. Like, you know, we're careful. You got to be careful because having a kid at, you know, even though we could technically have another child, I wouldn't want to do that to the child, you know.
Right.
It just would not seem very fair. Oh well. So you're saying the guy sounded creepy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get some more. Let me get some more audio.
He sounds like a predator.
This is a mother. This is a mother of a daughter who has just shown her mother her tattoo.
It's on her butt.
Oh my God, Gia! Why are you saying that? Why are you saying it? Are you kidding me? I'm showing you it. Gia, that's so big. Gia, is that real? Tell me that's not real.
It's real. It's
Gia,
not that
no,
big.
swear, no.
It's
Holy,
real.
don't tell me that's not that big. They don't shrink.
Mom, it could
Oh
shrink.
my God, Gia, I thought you were gonna get like pretty font or something.
That is a pretty font.
No, that's not a pretty
Mom,
font,
this
Gia.
is how I wanted it.
The mother sounds very upset
Yeah.
at the daughter getting a tattoo. I don't know how I'd feel if my daughter got a tattoo.
She may already have one.
Yeah, she may, maybe. But I think that, I mean, this tattoo might have been gigantic.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a mistake if your first tattoo is gigantic.
Yeah, you gotta start small.
Yeah. And then figure out if you like it or, you know. I mean, I think the tattoos are art, and I think the guys who do them are extremely talented. But I think that a lot of young people don't realize, you know.
I think they just don't care. I think they do realize that it just isn't something that is
when
on their
you
list of
decide
important
when
things.
you decide to get a tattoo,
It's forever.
yeah, you're getting it forever. You have to
Right.
like
And when
there are a
you're
lot
old
of
and
young
wrinkly
girls.
and everything.
I knew girls in their 20s that were young and hot when I was also in my 20s. Those women are now in their 50s.
Mm-hmm.
And some of those tattoos look ridiculous.
Well,
You
you
know
know,
what I mean?
gravity took a hold of the tattoo,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I know women who got their tits tattooed and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, God, that would stretch out a flower.
Well, now it's like you got to look down near their knees to see it. It's just, it's crazy. You got to realize you're going to be, you know, you're going to be somebody's grandmother. You're going to have tattoos all over the place. Like tattoos, some tattoos on your, near your crotch or on your upper ass or, you know. Like I knew somebody that had a tattoo on their abdomen.
Okay.
Like their lower stomach. Right above the fupa. You know what I mean?
How do you know?
I'm just saying, I knew someone like that. Now,
Must have been before it was pre-wife.
now they're older. No, this is no. They just like to show off their tattoo when they were younger. Well, now they're older and fat. I can't imagine what that tattoo looks like now. Good Lord.
Stretch and sag.
That tattoo's got to be I can't imagine. Good Lord.
Maybe it's been tattooed over to make it look better.
Yeah, maybe they
Could have been.
maybe she had the tattoo artist, you know,
Revise and extend.
Yeah.
tattoo a garbage dumps on her.
Oh, please.
Tattoo a beware to smell sign.
Oh, God. Who put that in the chat room?
Sorry for unpleasant odors. Sign. But I certainly haven't seen the sign, but I haven't seen the tattoo, but I imagine it's got to look horrible. because the woman has aged, and I'm just saying that they don't take that into consideration when they get it. There's a lot of work that goes into getting those tattoos. You have to be willing to stay in shape the rest of your life.
Is that why you never got one?
Yeah. Although I got to be honest, I'm getting some good definition. Like my arms are getting some good definition with working out and stuff.
Right.
Damn. I could get something in my arms that would have some good definition that I never had before. Yeah. I might look like a badass. I might put some big badass tattoo on my arm. Just warning everybody. This is a kick-ass warning. This is gun number 1. This is gun number 2.
Come on. Come on.
I'm just saying.
He just goes and goes and goes.
Yeah, you never know. I'm saying I could get tattooed. I'm gonna pop it.
With a tattoo on your poopa.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to Jason at New Age.
Tattoo a girthy penis on me.
Pull down my pants and say, "I want you to put this right above my nuts, or right under it." That would probably hurt. I imagine that would hurt getting a tattoo in that area, right?
I would think so.
Yep. Where's the weirdest place you've seen somebody with a tattoo, Nikki?
On the edge of their ear.
On the edge of their ear? What do you mean?
Little bitty like flowers on the edge of their ear.
That's the weirdest place you've seen it?
Mm-hmm.
I went to a strip club once.
Just once?
With Jimmy. I think it was with Jimmy. Where we saw like the girl dancing.
Mm-hmm.
She bent over and put her hands on her ass, on both sides of her ass, and spread her ass cheeks, right? And she had a tattoo in her ass.
Oh, please. That's just...
Yeah. Like the tattoo was in her ass. Like, around the ass.
Of course you did. You went to a strip club and you're the one that found somebody with a tattoo on their ass.
No, it wasn't like a mistake. It obviously was
I didn't think it was a
intentional.
mistake. You did it on purpose.
It was obviously intentional. And I just remember thinking, why the hell would she do that? And how painful was that?
Very painful.
Of course, you did go with Jimmy, so...
Jimmy loved it. That's the hottest tattoo I've ever seen. I'm like, it's her ass.
What is with the tattoos on the faces now?
I like
that's what I don't get.
I don't know. That's the new thing.
Tattoos like poetry on their face.
Well, I mean, whatever makes you feel good, I'm fine with people getting.
That's got to be painful.
Oh, it was some type of flower, Tyler. It was some type of flower in her ass.
Now that she's older, it's a jungle.
Yeah. I can't I can't even imagine, because I mean the girl had to be in her 20s when we saw it. So now it's, I mean, I know how long ago it was for us. Just add it to this girl's age. She's got to have,
Plenty of fertilizer there for that flower.
some shit dyed flower now. I mean, I don't, I can't imagine it. I can't imagine it isn't something that she regrets. But who knows?
Probably
Maybe
forgets that it's even there. Nobody sees it.
Yeah. Yeah, except maybe her doctor.
No.
Or if she's got a husband. Would you go clean the shit off of your flower?
But there is, like, people now have tattoos on their necks and
I think that's sexy.
yeah, and their faces and yeah.
The neck I like.
You like tattoos on the neck.
Mm-hmm.
Like Bubba's in the chat room right now talking about, he says he has a tattoo on his neck. Yeah.
It's gotta hurt like hell, but I can't even imagine.
What tattoo's on your neck, Bubba? Is it a tattoo that says Hickey location? By the way, I would not allow, when I was growing up, I would not allow hickeys.
I always had hickeys.
No. Mm-mm. Nope. I would not allow hickeys on me.
I could not imagine getting a tattoo on the neck. What if the artist slips and hits your carotid, goes a little too deep with the needle. Oh, gee, I'm sorry. You're going to bleed out in the next 5 minutes. Ambulance is running a little late. Hope you like your tattoo when you're dead.
Bubba said he's got the Misfits. He's got a Misfits tattoo on his neck. That's probably pretty cool. Yeah, I'd like to have a tattoo. I just don't have one. I never got one. My wife doesn't have a tattoo either. Nikki, do you have a tattoo?
I think we lost Mickey.
Oh, did we lose her?
Yeah, looks like.
It might have been her to keep me from asking the question I just asked.
Probably jump away
Maybe
before
she-
she's got to admit something.
Yeah. Who knows?
Or it might have been more of a case that she was afraid you were going to ask her if she's got a tattoo on her ass.
Yeah, maybe maybe she knew that I was going somewhere that she didn't want to go. Oh well. People on
never know.
social media are eating rotten meat
What? Oh, God.
to get high.
Tide Pod, snorting condom, and now eating rotten meat. Ugh.
It's a hot new trend on social media. It's called high meat. People are saying that eating old, decomposed, discolored meat with mold and bacteria on it makes them get a euphoric high.
Enjoy your high.
Here's audio of a guy
vomiting afterwards,
eating a piece of year-old meat.
Oh,
My high
God.
meat is 1 year old now. It's the oldest meat I've ever seen. It's gotten pretty dry now. Smells like acidic mushrooms. I'm gonna eat it all at once. There's too much. I can't even get it all in. Well, very strong. Not bad. Oh, like eating chili. Oh. It doesn't taste bad, but it's so spicy that you feel it here that it's hard to swallow.
Ugh. The guy's eating a piece of year-old meat.
I mean, if you're gagging from it before taking a bite, your system is telling you, don't eat it.
They're just things we shouldn't do.
Oh.
There are things we shouldn't do, like eating year-old meat.
No.
Is one of those things we should not do.
No.
And people, we just have to stop. They've
Laundry
just got to stop.
detergent,
Yeah.
Sorting on. Oh my God.
Enough
You know
with
how-
the enough
you know
with the
how-
eating bad meat.
You know how you get told that you're devolving because you don't wipe your hands with a napkin?
Yeah.
No, that's not the case. What that guy just did, that's devolving.
That's proof of devolving, yeah.
Ugh, yuck.
Exactly.
There, you have a defense for licking your fingers now.
I like
Look,
Tyler says,
this
I like
proves
Tyler says,
devolving.
Tyler says, now that's a guy who sounds like he's got. Tyler says, that's a guy who sounds like he's got a tattoo on his ass.
Probably. I'm going to try to put all of this meat in my mouth. Dude, you better be glad you're showing it.
I'm going to put all of this year-old meat in my mouth.
Just the audio of that sounds like the police need to be called.
Yeah.
If we didn't know he was eating some sort of a meat, I'm going to put this year-old meat in my mouth. Okay, pedophile, cops are on the way.
Yep. But I mean, how important is getting high?
If
I've
you
never
need something, if you need something that bad that's growing on something that might as well be shit.
I've never
don't get
been.
magic mushroom.
I've obviously never been a person that feels like, oh, I've got to get high. I'll do whatever it takes just to get high.
Well, we need to ask some of the stoners in the room then,
Yeah.
like Bubba and Fat 420.
Well, yeah, but so they just go and buy pot. That'll get you high. Well, you don't need to eat spoiled meat. Like Bubba just, buys some new blend of whatever.
Him and his indica and Twinkie.
He buys a new indica and there you go, get high from that. He doesn't need to eat spoiled meat. Just go and,
It's horrible.
yeah.
I would do it.
Oh, well, that's what the guy's into, though.
Maybe if it gives you enough of a hallucination. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, well.
I had a rotten meat trip. What?
What'd you do over the weekend? Oh, man, I smoked. I had some edibles. I had some
smoked a
indica.
3-year-old
I had indica edibles, and I just felt like I was sleeping all weekend. What'd you do? Oh, man. I did some ecstasy. I did some ecstasy. Really? Yeah. What about you? Oh, I ate some I ate some year-old dirty meat. Got high. I mean, I know which one does not sound appealing.
Right.
I don't get it. I just don't get it. All right, let's see.
Oh, God.
Here you go. Here's a heroic story. You want a heroic story?
Yeah.
All right.
Need something positive.
All right. A random guy jumped off a bridge and into a bay in Maryland to save a baby. All right.
Okay.
There was 2 cars that got into an accident on a bridge in Maryland, and a baby was thrown from one of the cars off the bridge into a bay. A baby, like they got in the accident, the baby went out of its baby seat and flew into the bay.
Oh shit.
This guy who was driving another car jumped out and dove into the bay and saved the baby. How about that?
That's awesome.
Yeah. Isn't that fantastic?
That is awesome.
That is, and then the guy after he saved the baby, okay?
He didn't offer to donate his sperm, did he?
No.
Oh, okay.
But after he saved the baby, people asked him his name, and the guy said, "I wish to remain anonymous."
Oh, that's even better.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, doesn't want the recognition, just did what he felt was right.
And they said he got injured.
I could believe it. I mean, depending on how high the bridge was.
And by the way, the crash was 5 cars that got into an accident.
Oh, wow.
It was a 5-car crash. And this little girl, baby, was in its baby seat and got, thrown out of the seat into the bay. And the guy jumped out, jumped the guardrail, and rescued the baby.
That is awesome.
It's an unbelievable story. He hurt himself, had to go to the hospital to fix a part. They're not even saying which part of himself he injured. And then he told them he wishes to remain anonymous, so he never gave his name.
That's great.
Yeah.
You don't get that kind of stuff anymore.
It's kind of cool.
Really cool.
How about that? Oh, my God.
Then wanted to remain anonymous. That is awesome.
I'll be damned.
Well, like I said, you just don't hear about things of that nature anymore where people want to remain anonymous. That's I love it.
Isn't that crazy? There's a 24-year-old guy named Philip Vu who quit his job a while back to live out of his car and travel. And while traveling, he met and made friends with a homeless guy named Mike in New Haven, Connecticut. Philip thought the guy was so interesting, he started posting videos of their conversations online. Well, the videos went viral.
Now they have a successful podcast.
Then people reached out to ask how they could help Mike. And so Philip started taking donations. All right. Then he raised $17,000. He raised $17,000 for Mike. And instead of just giving Mike the the $17,000, he's giving it to him as like $1,000 payments.
So he's budgeting it for him.
Yeah. That's kind of, I mean, just because of his conversations with Mike, he's not sure giving him the he's not sure giving him the whole 17,000 is a good idea. So he's decided, he wants to give it. He's going to give it in $1,000 installments. So that's kind of cool, right?
Yeah. Helps the guy out. Probably still taking donations too.
Yeah, so he's giving him in $1,000 increments. He's going to give him the $17,000. I mean, that seems kind of cool. Or do you think it's or do you think you should just give him the whole 17 grand?
Well, I mean, let's look at this. The guy's homeless for a reason.
Yeah.
Call it whatever the reason might be, and there is a reason. Giving him $1,000 increments and helping him budget it and be responsible.
And he's talked to the guy. So he's talked to him. He knows what the guy would do with the money.
Good weekend in Atlantic City.
Here's the guy getting his first 1,000.
All my friends online decided to put in some money to give you for this red envelope. Do you want to look inside it first?
Oh my God! This is a very good start for me because I could get me some food, my ID. I could go buy my boots and give me some cosmetics, some hygiene proper stuff.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, he's giving to him $1,000 at a time. I think it's great.
I think it's smart.
Yeah. Yeah, that is smart. Good for him, by the way.
See, Ray, there's another spot where you were ahead of your time,
Yeah, yeah. I was very giving.
Morning disaster days, we were always talking to homeless people.
I was very giving when I was younger. I'm not very giving now.
Well, you don't have as much now.
It's because I don't have anything. Like if I had stuff, I would still be very giving, I think. I would like to think,
Well, I mean, back then you had money and stuff to give away. Now you, for fun, hang out at Recontact.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
No, I don't. No, I don't have any. I don't have anything.
Kind of a opposite polar effect there.
Yeah.
Now you're promoting Derek doing people's mothers for Mother's Day.
But I think if I had something, I'd probably still give it away. You know what I mean?
Oh, probably.
Like I was talking, somehow winning the lottery came up.
Right. We were talking about that yesterday a little bit.
And I was talking to my wife, and I said, well, I'd get a small house. And she goes, what? And I said, yeah, get a small house. And I said, we wouldn't need a big house. And my wife seemed sort of taken aback by me saying,
Did you also
why overspend on a bunch of room you don't need? Is what I said.
Did you also inform her that it would be your way and she'd like it if you won the lottery?
No, but I think if I won the lottery and I chose to share, I think that's very nice. You know,
I'm telling you that. You too. Toll booth. I'm telling you, I just I think back on yesterday's conversation, and I'm going, yeah, that wouldn't work.
I just, I mean, I would want a smaller house. I don't need a house where there's rooms I've never even seen. And who the hell needs that?
I think you'd be back on Money Tree.
Oh no, Money Tree's too small a street. Money Tree's only a block long. It's a very small street.
Sequoia.
Yeah. Oh, listen, I had rooms in Sequoia I'd never been into.
Really?
My house in Sequoia, yeah. I had rooms I had never been in.
I don't get that.
Yeah, but the house was too big. It was the office. I got to be honest, dude. The office at that house I had.
Yeah.
The house we built in Sequoia. The office is bigger than my living room that I have now.
And you've got a good sized living room now.
Yes. But that office, the house was too big. And it was super expensive to heat and cool that house,
Now that I can see.
Yeah. So
see, that would drive big house. That's the biggest thing I don't want a big house for. Is those utilities to keep it warm or keep it cool drive me insane.
And my wife keeps the house too fucking cold.
Your house in the summertime is a refrigerator.
It's too cold. And by the way, she's very, very non-caring about what I think. And that's the one thing that I'm taken aback by. My wife and daughter both, they don't care about my opinions in that, you know what I mean? And there's a very good reason why I feel like how I feel about it. Because my knees hurt in the cold. If I had a choice during the summer, of course I'd rather be cool. But my knee, when the house gets super cold, my knees hurt. I can't even walk without massive pain. So that's why I asked them to keep it a reasonable temperature.
Well, I've got the bad discs in my back, and I keep my house between 72 and 75.
Yeah. Now I'm saying my wife wants it to be in the 60s. It's too cold. I mean, what was it? Sunday or whatever? It was 80 some odd degrees outside.
Right.
I had blankets on me because it was too cold. Blankets.
Ugh.
And I love my wife, so I don't say anything. I just don't say anything. But I've got to tell you, it's very insulting and very hurtful that they don't give a shit about how I feel about this. You know what I mean? There's got to be some kind of, a reasonable number we could keep the thermostat on to where we're both getting what we want.
Well, like I said, I mean, me personally, 72 to 75 year round, I'm comfortable. I don't like the cold at all. I hate it. And in the summer, yeah, my house would be about 72. You'll still find me outside, sitting in my lawn chair in front of the garage and enjoying the sun.
And DC says, don't say anything to her. Just confess to your listeners. Yeah, I don't say anything to her because I don't want to put up with her, her getting mad or her wanting to fight. So I will tell my listeners. That's part of the reason I do this show. So I have people I can bitch to. I bitch to my listeners.
And then when we're off the air, I get to hear some of it.
I'm just saying it's kind of insulting that.
No, I get where you're coming from.
I mean, like they should care about me enough to at least say, you know what? I love him and he's in pain. Maybe I should consider letting it get a little warmer.
Or maybe sit down and have a conversation. Well, what would be a good compromise?
Yeah, but no, there's not even a conversation. It's just, it's fuck Ray, and we're going to keep
that
it
drop
cold.
with Jason right now.
Yeah, and then we're going to keep it cold. I'm saying he'll just bitch about it on the air, Yeah, I'm telling you.
I mean, my ex-wife was like that. I'd set the thermostat. Of course, I'm sitting there paying the bills. She didn't even work at the time. But I'd set the thermostat, and I'd set it about 72, 73, and then I'd get up in the morning, and I've got an icicle hanging off of my nose. And I go check the thermostat. Why is it so friggin' cold in this house? It's set at like 50.
I'm just saying that's
And I'm going, I didn't know we had swinging beef in the house.
It's just my life. It's what I deserve, I guess. Oh, well. What do you do? What do you do?
You love them. Grin and bear it.
Yeah. And somehow my daughter has somehow she is just, determined that what I want is of no consequences,
Maybe they've come to the conclusion if a 2-1 vote, you lose.
Yeah, that's got to be what it is. But oh well. I mean, I wish I wasn't so sensitive to, I wish I wasn't so sensitive to the cold as I am. But it sucks.
Yeah, like I said, I understand, again, with my discs and my back that are bad and everything else.
Well, that's why this is why I'm saying if I were to come into money, I don't want to buy a big house. Because, then how can you cool, what's it going to cost to cool a gigantic house?
Well, I mean, I'm sure this has not been a new thing. How much did it cost to cool the one on Sequoia?
Oh, that was 2,000 whatever.
Well, you can still calculate for inflation.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I don't know what it cost. Back then, I made 6 figures then, so it really didn't matter. I never looked. I started looking. I made like 50 something when I worked at
PAX?
To CVS.
Oh, okay.
And that's when I started paying attention, you know. And then when I was at TAX, I made like 50 something. So, you know, but we lived in a different place then.
Right. Well, I mean, there's so many factors that go in. You know, okay, this.
But I'll tell you, you know, utilities in Chatham are very expensive.
Right. You've said that before.
That was crazy. There'd be like $400 utility bills
when
we lived in Chatham.
Oh.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, part of that was her running the air conditioning to where it was so goddamn cold. That was part of it. Like, we have a small place now, but I'll tell you, I love the fact that our CWLP bills are so small.
Right.
You know.
See, and I've got an electric co-op out at my house, and they're more expensive than Ameren, but still my bill is relatively low.
You got a small place.
Right. Well, and then another part of that, and it goes into, I'm going to get into.
I once told a story
It's how
about,
you insulate it. It's how you fit it. There's a lot of things that go into it.
There was a time that my daughter had the house so cold, and then in her bedroom she had a space heater going.
Oh, I remember you talking about that.
Oh my God.
You hit the ceiling.
I think it might have been the most mad I've ever been. It was the middle of fucking summer, and the air conditioner was on. The house was freezing. And my daughter, and I think my niece was living with us at the time. So my daughter and her cousin had the space heater on. Oh, I swear to God, I nearly collapsed. I was so angry. And then my wife goes, "Did you yell at Bella because she had the space heater on?" I go, "You're fucking right. Yes, of course. Yes." I yelled at her for having the space heater on when it was 90 degrees outside. Yes. That was wrong. Yeah, I think we got in some kind of fight after that. My wife came home and yelled at me for yelling at my daughter.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that. And
She was young. She was young at the time, but I was so angry. Like, literally, that might have been the most mad I've ever been in my life. And I never get mad at my child, ever.
Right.
I just don't get mad. But that time I was so angry. I could have punched a hole in the wall. I was so mad when I'm like, the fucking space heater's on? Oh my God, I swear. I'm like, it's 90 degrees outside. You've got the house so goddamn cold, I can't even walk because my knees hurt. And yet, she's cold and has a space heater on. Oh my God. I was so I would never yell in the winter if the space heater was on. I would never yell for having the space heater on. But when it's summer and 90 degrees outside, and the only reason the space heater's on is because you have the air conditioner so low that the house is freezing. That drove me insane. That's the kind of thing that,
Yeah,
you know.
like I said, I remember you talking about it because you were like, it's 90 degrees outside. You're cold. Open a window.
Yeah. When it's 90 degrees, like for me, I grew up, we didn't have air conditioning.
Well, yeah.
That's when I grew up. That's how it was.
You wanted air conditioning back then? Put a fan in the window.
We just didn't have, But I got to tell you, dude, when we were living in Chatham a few years ago,
yeah,
the power went out on one of those 90 some odd degree days.
Yeah.
Or no, I know what it was. Our central air went out at the house.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. We had to get it fixed.
I can imagine that house had to be.
They said they couldn't fix it, right?
Right.
And I was like, well, I grew up with no air conditioning. I'll be okay. But I got to tell you, I was not okay. That was like, I'm fine. I'm fine if the house is like 75. I'm
Right.
fine. Even 76, I'm fine. But the house gets any warmer than that, I am not fine.
Well, like last summer was my first summer in my house that I've got now. No central air, nothing. I had no air conditioning in the house. And I went until about June. Then spent one weekend at home and turned around, went right over to the hardware store and bought an air conditioner brand new and threw it in the window. I'm like, nope, not doing this shit.
Yeah,
anymore.
your house gets up around, if the house gets up near 80 degrees, you're miserable. I got to tell you, I was miserable when the air was off. So when they got the air working again, it didn't bother me that my wife,
cranked it down.
Yeah, because I was miserable. I mean, there's times the air is nice, but I'm telling you, 72 is nice.
Yeah.
72 is cool. 72 is nice. The air conditioner should never be in the 60s.
Well, and then you had that
it's
point.
Just too cold.
I remember you had that point at one time where you would go in after everybody left and you'd turn it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, this is better. And then everybody got home and it got turned back down.
Yeah. No, my wife bitches. I swear to God, this is an argument we had the other day. My wife and daughter both left.
Okay.
So I turned the temperature up. Like neither of them were home. So I turned it up. And then the second my wife came home, she turned it down. And then she bitched to me because she said it was miserable. It was miserable for her to wait for the house to cool down because I had it too hot in here. So now,
like 5 or 6 degrees.
So now I'll get up and turn it down around 5 o'clock.
Cool it back down.
I'll be like, she's going to be home. She could be home within the next hour. So let me turn it down so it'll be a reasonable temperature. And then when my daughter comes home around 5:30, she turns it down even more. But I always turn it down around 5.
Right.
So that my wife won't be miserable for 2 seconds when she gets home.
You got to work out today?
No, I'm waiting for Hendrix is sending someone over to there's something wrong with my chair they got to fix. There's something wrong with it.
Oh, again?
So they got to fix something.
Did the switch go out again?
No, the switch went out the first time, but now it's something in the actual. It turned out it's always been something in the actual chair.
Oh, okay.
So it turned out it wasn't, because they fixed the switch, and then I hit the switch and it still wasn't working, you know.
See, I thought you were waiting for your mom's birthday gift to arrive.
No, my mother would not. She's in Chicago for the next, for how God knows how long. And by the way, I made mention of my mother's birthday. Okay. Wishing her happy birthday. I thought with a really nice birthday message.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that was nice of you.
No message. No nothing from her.
Boy.
No nothing. But yet the other day, my mom was she was talking to me on the phone. Make sure you wish your brother Bodine a happy birthday on the 2nd. And I go, well, of course I'm going to wish him a happy birthday. I go, of course I'll wish him a happy birthday. Well, make sure you wish him a happy birthday. I go, I am. And she said it like, like I wasn't,
Like you were going to forget?
I'm like, of course I'm going to wish him happy birthday. Well, make sure you do. I'm like, what the hell do you think, what do you think I am? What do you think I am? So she was very concerned.
Some borderline condescending.
Yeah, she's very concerned that I wouldn't wish him happy birthday. I wished him happy birthday. Just like I wished her happy birthday. She hasn't acknowledged it. I'm so petty, though. I just checked. Like, I know my brother Foon wished her happy birthday this morning.
Right.
And I just had to check his Facebook page to see if she had acknowledged it. She has not.
So it's better because she hasn't acknowledged Foon.
Well, I would feel bad if she acknowledged him wishing her happy birthday and said, thanks, Ricky. You know what I mean?
Right.
And yet no mention of me, that would bother me. But she just hasn't mentioned either one of us, By the way, the one that hasn't wished her happy birthday on Facebook,
Bodine,
I believe, is Bodine. Yeah. Bodine hasn't wished, hasn't wished her anything. I might be wrong. I might be wrong on that, but
the goose remembered.
Yeah. And I tried to call her and she wouldn't answer.
Yeah, that was the first thing we did today.
Yeah.
Other than feeling sorry for Nick because his ass got sick.
Yeah. She didn't answer. It's also, by the way, it's my Aunt Annette. It's her birthday too.
Ah.
Yeah. But she's on vacation, so I figure you get to go on vacation.
You're on vacation, so screw your birthday.
Yeah. Well, you're on vacation. You don't need me,
Oh, wow.
I'm looking through her Facebook stuff. I don't see Bodine wishing her happy birthday.
Oh boy, made a big deal out of Bodine's birthday, but he
Yeah.
forgot. Wow.
Although, and every time she talks to me about Bodine, it's always like, he's working.
Really?
He's working. I know Bodine has a job, and I don't. I'd like to be reminded of that a little less, actually.
I seem to remember a few years back that Bodine had a job because of you.
Oh no, that's never acknowledged. That's never acknowledged.
Well, I'll acknowledge it. Thank you, Ray, for getting Bodine back on the
Never
right track
acknowledged.
and getting him to work.
By the way, Bodine was in jail. He was in jail. Happy birthday, Bodine. He was in jail, and he owed all this money, right? He owed all this money, and so I went and got him out of jail and paid all the money, okay, to get him out.
I know where this is going.
He's never offered to pay me back. Never. In fact, we'll even ask him for a favor. He won't even do like favors. You know, my brother Bodine knows a lot of maintenance stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he knows a lot. My daughter's bedroom has this outlet that doesn't work.
What?
And we asked, can you fix it? You know, so the house doesn't catch fire or whatever. Oh yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there Tuesday to fix it. He never showed up. And then we called him to say, hey, you said you were going to be here, and he never did. And he didn't even answer the phone.
Is the outlet repaired now?
No, of course not. No.
What kind of outlet do you want in there? You want a ground fault?
I think
you want a regular outlet?
No,
What do you want?
I think Rob fixed it. I think. I think Rob from DTE fixed it. But it wasn't Bodine.
Fixing an outlet is kill the power to the room, pull the old one out, put the new one in, put it back in, turn the power back on.
He didn't
7
care.
minutes max.
I'm just saying. And I just checked my mom's whole Facebook.
No Bodine.
There's no Bodine wishing her a happy birthday. There's no Bodine wishing her happy birthday.
When we did the reunion a few years back,
yeah,
I hung around a little bit later after everybody had left, and I ended up talking to Bodine for a while. Oh my God! Oh, he hates all that money being spent, being brought up.
Yeah.
You don't even have to bring it up, and he'll start complaining about it.
By the way, I've never asked for the money back. I'm just saying if it was even acknowledged, it'd be nice. That's all I'm saying. Acknowledge it. Acknowledge it was a pretty decent thing for me to do. But forget it. It's not going to happen. That won't happen with Bodine. But I didn't forget his birthday.
Yep, you remembered.
Yeah. Oh, well. By the way, on my birthday, he didn't even send a Facebook message to me. But that's all right. We know who my mother will call and remind me has a job. Bodine has a job.
Oh boy.
Bodine has a job. A lot of people are unemployed these days. Yes, mother. I know who you're talking about. I know exactly who you're getting at. Bodine is not Bodine isn't large. He has working knees. He has working knees.
Come on.
Yep.
He's not going there.
Yeah, of course. When I hear about my brothers, it always comes up. Well, they're not large. They're not that large like me. Like somehow my being the fattest of the crew. By the way, I'm the only one who didn't smoke.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who, wasn't a marijuana addict or a big drinker. That's me. None of that comes up. What comes up is how they're all working and have working knees. And they're not large. Thanks. It's a lot of things for me to decipher.
So you feel like you're being condescended to?
Of course. Yes, absolutely. Of course. It's exactly how it is. Yeah. Yeah. So I did wish my mother happy birthday.
Yep. And your brother.
And I called her.
She ignored it.
And by the way, I've started every show this week with the Hump Ranger episode because it was Bodine's birthday.
Right. And because of Bodine's birthday over the weekend, you did Bodine or Jimmy and Rocky getting into it.
Yeah.
While Rocky was trying to cut the promo for Bodine's birthday back.
Yeah. Oh, well.
And not even an acknowledgement.
Not even.
I don't know why he thinks that Bone and Disaster is so great.
Yep. Well, he's employed.
You're self-employed.
He's employed.
You are building a business from the
I
ground
guess I'm
up.
just a piece of shit.
No, that's not the case.
Yeah, DC says he just wished Millie a happy birthday. Let's see if he gets a reply. Yeah.
DC gets a reply before you. I'm going to crack up.
DC and Sean Balint will get replies before I will. They'll get acknowledgments.
I will lose it.
My parents hate me. People wonder why I am the way I this is why I am the way I am. This is why I am the way I am. I'm telling you. When I was a kid, we didn't even, we just never celebrated birthdays. We had, like my mom we'd get to choose the cake that we wanted. She's never made a big deal out of birthdays, especially hers.
You got a cake?
Well, she would make a cake for us. That would be our birthday gift. This is a true story. I never got a birthday gift until I met my wife. When I was first dating my wife, she got me a birthday gift. Well, I take it back. I mean, I had the first girl I lived with before I met my wife. She got me a birthday gift. So I had birthday gifts before, but like my wife was the first one who made it a major day for me. She was the first one that acknowledged it's a special day. Enjoy it,
Well, see, I was happy for you in 2016 because you got the one birthday gift you'd always wanted. You got to watch the Cubs play on your birthday.
Yeah.
And,
Oh,
you know,
DC's reminding me of one of my worst memories.
oh no, what's he bringing up?
When I was in high school, my mother asked me what kind of cake I wanted for my birthday. And so I had told her, I said, I'll take a German chocolate cake, right?
Right.
And so I leave for, I go to school. And then I had football practice. I had varsity football practice. And then there was a JV football game. So when I went out to high school, when I was playing JV football as a sophomore, that was a rough time for me because you still had to practice with varsity after school.
Right. And then you had to go play your JV game.
And then after practice, you had to go right to that locker room and dress and play a football game. And so it was my birthday, and we played the football game. And I don't remember much about the game other than like nobody showed up for me. There was never like my mother and father, my parents never came to my games.
Right.
Like there was none of that. There was never any family that came to watch me play. But I had like, I know what it was. We went to rush the quarterback, and this guy, the left defensive end, hit the quarterback, and the quarterback fumbled, and I recovered it. And that was in the play. Yeah, it was our winning defensive stop. Like I made a big play in it. The JV coach didn't care. The JV coach, but the varsity coach who was watching the game went after me and said, that was a really nice fucking play. You know what I mean? I do remember that. So I remember having that really nice. And then like my teammates were really, pat me on the helmet and nice hit, nice recovery. So it was a special day for me. So then I get home, right?
Right.
I get home. All I'm thinking of is I just want to go home and get a big piece of that cake. So I come straight home. I haven't eaten since breakfast. And I don't even know if I ate breakfast, on that day because like I'm sure I ate lunch at school, but because I worked in the cafeteria, so I probably ate 2 lunches. But
right.
So I come home, I'm starving, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had practice, I played a game. It's got to be like it's probably 9:30 or at night when I get home. All I want is that piece of cake, right?
Your brothers ate it all.
So I see the cake holder or the cake. There's this Tupperware she puts the cakes in. And I look at it and there's just crumbs on it. And I'm laughing. I'm going, ha, very funny. I'm like, this is my brother Rob. This is what he thinks is funny. And then I'm like, and I'm looking around going, where's my cake? Where's my cake? And so my mom is there and I'm like, where is, I go, what'd you guys have for dinner? And she says, we had pork steaks and whatever. She mentions what they had for dinner, which sounded good. No leftovers. There was no leftovers. And I go, there's none saved for me? Nothing? Well, if you're hungry, have a bowl of cereal or something. I'm like, I don't want cereal. I said, I don't know. Just let me get a piece of my birthday cake. She goes, oh. Well, your family was hungry. I go, what? She goes, everyone was hungry. I go, what does that mean? She goes, well, we ate your cake.
Oh.
And I go, you what? She goes, we ate your cake. And so now I'm getting angry. And I'm going, you did what? And then I got really angry. And I go, I can't fucking believe it. Watch your language. The way you speak to me is so. And she starts yelling at me for my language.
Which
then I walk away extremely, extremely mad. And and I run and one of my brothers. I run into one of my brothers who says, "Oh, dude, your birthday cake was so good."
Oh, that would have been clock time.
I go, "What?" It was so good. I had 2 pieces.
I would have swung.
And I was so depressed, and no one cared. They just thought it was fine.
I would have swung right then and there. I would have been that angry.
And I just sat there. And I'm like that. So that's what it means to them is obviously nothing. They don't care. So that's when I realized they don't care about me. They don't give a shit about me. So that's when I decided I'm gonna find people who care about me. And I'm serious. That's just how I've always been.
Well,
By the way, don't you think if you had a child and something like that happened, wouldn't you think like the very next day you'd make another cake, right?
Something.
Yeah, did not happen. Like in fact, I remember this was like a Thursday night or a Wednesday night or whatever. I don't remember what night JV games were, but it was on that night. And then I remember the weekend was a couple days away. And I thought, well, maybe she'll make another cake on the weekend for me. No. And then I remember saying something. I had said something like, well, I thought someone would make a birthday cake for me on the weekend. Your birthday was the other day. And I go, well, but they ate my birthday cake. Oh, well, cry me a fucking river. It was a conversation like that.
Wow.
I mean, it was a really shitty thing to do. It was a really shitty thing to do. And they hate when I tell this story. Because they go, well, you make us sound like really shitty people. I'm sorry. You were shitty people. It was a shitty. I'm not going to change the story and make it funny or somehow make you guys the hero at the end. Oh, here's the real story. It was a birthday cake that was made for me. And someone came in and put poison in it. and then my family ate the whole cake so I wouldn't need any of the poison. No, there's nothing. There's no story like that.
Right.
It was just they got hungry. They got hungry and they just ate the whole cake.
I mean, like growing up, we got to pick dinner for our birthdays. If there was enough money to do a cake, maybe we'd see one. I think I saw like 3 growing up.
I would never want a store-bought cake ever.
No, I mean, I'm talking like if the money was there to bake it.
Like even now, it would be insulting to me if someone gave me a cake from County Market or something. I'd say, get that out of here. I'd say that's insulting.
There was 2 that have happened since I was an adult. One of them I took to a pickles gig and shared with everybody there, and I had to buy that one myself.
Yeah, but but I mean, as an adult, this is not an adult. I was a 15-year-old kid, which is, I mean, think about it, TJ. Think about it.
Yeah,
I'm 50. What am I? 53. I'm 53 years old. 52, 50,
right.
53 years old. I forget how old I am. I'm 53 years old, and I still remember my 15th birthday and how fucking horrible it was. I still remember it. That's how traumatic it was.
Yeah.
And yet, you know, nobody in my family, they still think it's funny. They still think, you know, I imagine one of them will hear this and go, oh, I can't believe he's still fucking talking about that. After all these years, you're still talking about that fucking cake. I'm sure. I'm sure that's what the response would be.
But, you know, like I said, growing up, it was never, you know, my brother and my sister, they made a big deal out of their birthday. But mine was
granted,
that's why I'm even like now, like no big deal, whatever. It's another
It's not
day.
like it's not my family. We just never made a big deal about anybody's birthday. There was one thing. My mother made a cake. For each one of our birthdays, she would make us a cake. And that was our birthday gift, and we would get to eat the cake. I remember like my 14th birthday, she made a cake. It was a wonderful cake. We ate it. All the siblings would eat. They'd all sing happy birthday. They'd put a candle on the cake, the whole thing.
Right.
Except on this birthday, I was not home and they ate the cake. And literally, they didn't even save one piece. There wasn't even a piece saved. They ate the whole fucking cake. I just, you know, and then got angry at me because I was angry that they ate it. And I think the next year or something, I was just like, I don't even want to I don't even want it. I don't even want a cake. I think I just gave up after that because it really did. It really ruined my birthday. It wasn't funny. It was sad. And so it was very traumatic for me, and it just ruined my birthday. And until when I met my wife, my wife, you know, made a big deal about it. And even to this day, like even my daughter learned how to make this cake that when I was a kid, I would go to Chicago, and my grandfather would buy this particular cake that was delicious. Right. And my daughter found the recipe. And it literally takes like 8 hours to make it. And my daughter, and I want to say this is when she was like 15 or 16 or whatever. She learned how to make this cake. And she made it for me.
Right.
It was probably the kindest, sweetest, most amazing thing that's ever been done for me. It was so nice. Like she made this cake for me, and that was a few years ago, and it was unbelievable. And the cake that she made was even better than what I had remembered as a child, you know.
Yeah, you had talked about that.
Yeah, so it was truly an amazing thing. But I'm saying when I was a kid, it was very traumatic. Yeah.
I remember you talking about that because you said, "Oh, she even made the frosting homemade. Don't bring me that cracked frosting in a can."
Yeah, I would rather eat a dog turd than anything made with frosting in a can. Yeah. But my daughter actually found the recipe for the Dressel's cake.
Oh.
And she made it, and it was unbelievable. It was so good. However, I'm not exaggerating when I say it took like 6 to 8 hours to make it. There was a lot of work into making this cake, and she did it.
Well, like I remember one year as a kid, it was my birthday, and we were in Springfield working, and well, what's wrong? I was like, well, it's my birthday. I don't even know if I'm going to wind up with a birthday cake. And one of my uncles goes, here's a cake donut for Mellow Cream. Happy birthday. There's your cake.
But still, that's nice. You know what I mean? That's still nice. That's more. Now, if you had done it and one of your siblings grabbed it and ate it, then your story would be similar to mine.
No, the dog did.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, you know, my birthday was so this is what was the worst part of it, is my birthday was so unimportant to those people. And I understand people not being I understand them not being aware, you know, of how I would feel about the birthday. But it was for them to just devour the cake and eat it and leave me nothing, I just think was very mean. And they were going out of their way. Like, they obviously ate several pieces.
Right.
You know, of each. Like, they went out of their way to make sure that there was no cake left. And they even left visible crumbs for me to see. And whoever it was that ate the last piece was like, well, you know, that person knew it was my birthday and my birthday cake, and they just said, well, fuck it, I'm still going to eat it. So, by the way, congrats to my mom. It must have been a delicious cake. Or my family is just very selfish and uncaring, you know. Yeah.
What do you think it was, Bodine?
Yeah, I do. That's exactly who I think ate the last piece. Because it wouldn't have been Goose. I'll tell you what, Goose is the one who still to this day still cares about me. So I know it wasn't him. And by the way, I think my brother Rob didn't live with us at the time. So I don't even think he was in the house. So, you know, the sixth kid wasn't there. So I think my Foon, my sister, Bodine, I think they all had several pieces. My mom, I think they all had several pieces and just ate the whole cake. And then said, well, screw him. We're not even going to leave him a piece of it for his birthday. Like, somebody had to make the decision to eat the last piece.
And you think it was Bodine?
Yeah, I do. or my mom. One of them, either Bodine or my mother.
This many years, you're still trying to figure out the great cake mystery.
No. They just didn't care. Or my sister, could have been my sister. I don't know. Whatever it was, they just didn't care. They ate the cake. Oh, well. And then people wonder why I'm, you wonder why I'm the way I am. There you go. There's one of the many reasons. One of the many reasons.
Thanks for bringing it up, DC.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, DC.
Good job.
That's how I wanted to spend my Cinco de Mayo.
I'm already on a rant. DC just had to egg it on.
Yep.
Way to go. I think you need a margarita.
Yeah, thanks for letting me tell that story. Hey,
I can't stop you when you get on. Nobody can stop you when you get on a roll.
Thanks for letting me relive that trauma.
I cannot prevent you from getting on a roll. And once you're there, there is no stop. That's an emotional freight train that just doesn't stop.
By the way, Tiffany & Company is rolling out a brand new line of engagement rings for men.
What?
Yeah. They're rolling them out this month. Engagement rings for men.
Engagement rings for men.
They're saying.
So anti-tradition, that's not even funny.
I'm telling you that men are now starting to wear engagement rings.
I've never.
Well, I mean, think about it. It makes sense. I mean, same-sex marriage is now not only allowed, but it's become a big thing. You know what I mean?
I mean, I can see it there.
And an engagement ring is such a traditional thing. And why should heterosexual companies be the only people that get to experience it? You know what I mean? And also, why should just men get to experience giving an engagement ring to someone that they love? Women should also get the opportunity to do so. I mean, when lesbian women get engaged, there's a giving of rings.
Yeah.
So why shouldn't there be rings for men?
No, I would never wear one.
Okay, but you're not in a gay relationship. Maybe if you were, if you were gay and you had a boyfriend that you loved, you know what I mean? Why wouldn't you? Wouldn't you love to receive an engagement ring from your fiance? Think about it.
It's hard to stretch my imagination that far.
But I'm just, you bought an engagement ring for your wives.
Yes, I did.
Okay. So if you were gay, maybe you would want to buy an engagement ring for your boyfriend.
Okay, now I could see that if I was gay.
If you were going to marry him, wouldn't you want to buy him a ring? Wouldn't you want to buy him a ring?
Well, yeah.
Would you buy the ring would you buy a lady's ring? Or would you want a ring that is made for a man?
See, the first thing I thought when you brought it up is like,
a
heterosexual couple and the woman getting on her knee and going, "Will you marry?" Oh, no.
Well, maybe that is going to happen. And if it does, it's fine. But I'm just
Not
saying,
arguing, you know, that works
like
for that.
if my daughter was gonna marry a man and she wanted to buy him an engagement ring, I'd be fine with it. But I would think that people using it more are probably gay couples. Here's what the rings look like, by the way.
Oh, let's see here.
Those are pretty sharp looking rings.
Kind of looks like a class ring.
Yeah, it's pretty sharp looking though.
Huh.
Yeah.
It looks like a class ring, or the ring I got when I graduated from MP school.
Yeah, so I'm just saying that's what the rings look like. And listen, when I got engaged, I had a ring for my wife. If I was gay, of course, I mean, if I was gay and I wanted to get married, of course I would give a ring to my fiance. So I guess it makes sense in that aspect, you know what I mean?
Right.
Or wouldn't, you know, or if someone was going to ask you to marry them, wouldn't you want them to get you a ring? If it's a woman or a man, depending on what kind of relationship you're in, if they were going to ask you to marry them, wouldn't you want the ring? So it makes sense in that regard. So for those of you guys that are slamming it, how do you feel now?
Like Bubba's wanting a ring.
Bubba, I'm going to divorce my wife and I'm going to get a ring for you. I'm going to marry Bubba. Yeah. So like,
we'll have to deal with him in the
like
court.
men right now get a wedding band. Like I have I got this ring 29 years. Look at that ring. A nice gold ring. But literally it's just a gold ring. You look at these engagement rings for guys, they're fancy. They look good.
Are you hinting that you want your wife to get you one of those for your 30th?
No,
or something?
I'm saying this seems like a smart business move for Tiffany and Company.
Oh,
I think they're going to make a lot. I think they'll make a lot of money with them.
I'll give you that. That is
listen,
good. That's
like when I was growing up, like there've always been a lot of gay people. You know what I mean? Yeah. I knew guys that were gay when I was growing up. It was just they weren't public with it, you know. Like nowadays, people are not, you know, they don't feel like they have to be, you know, private on that stuff. Yeah, like they're more, people are more out and, you know, so, it's become acceptable. So why, if you're a business that sells wedding rings, why wouldn't you want to have, you would want to sell the ring for every wedding. And there's more than just straight weddings. There are gay weddings and gay men. You would want to be, and think about it. You could sell 2 engagement rings instead of just 1. If you're a business, this is the greatest freaking thing that's ever happened.
Yeah, that Tiffany's is being smart. They're cornering the market.
Yeah, good for them. I think that's just a start, though. I think you're going to start finding all locations. You know what I mean? All different types of businesses and ring places are going to start doing it. So,
and I mean, I can see where a woman, you know, that is in a straight relationship would want to put the engagement ring on her significant other.
Yeah.
Because, you know, once you put the engagement ring on her hand, she's walking around showing it off. The guy, on the other hand, is still sitting there going, what are you talking about? I got nothing on my hand.
Like if my daughter was going to get married and whether she was going to marry a boy or a girl, whatever, it would be nice if she could get an engagement ring and put it on their finger as well. I mean, that'd be wonderful, you know. And if I'm a business, it's even greater because now you can sell too.
And you're going to
I have my Hendricks Home Furnishing. The chair repairman is here.
Good deal.
So I'm gonna go work on it. I want to thank everybody for listening today. We will be back tomorrow with another free show at 8 a.m. I'm sorry, at 8 a.m. We'll talk to you then. You guys have a great rest of your hump day, and we'll talk to you later. So long.